Hello students, let's continue with the chapter of surface tension. Today we are going to see the relation between surface tension and work done in increasing the surface area. We know that work done is equal to T times increase in surface area. Now how it is so? Let's see. Suppose this is a iron ring, this is a straight wire, this is a this is a structure made up of wire, and on this we are having a slider that is also made of the wire, which can freely move up and down on this structure, and this is a liquid film. Now to increase the length of the to cause the displacement of del x, we have to apply a force F. So a force F is required to produce a displacement del F. Now value of the force is directly proportional to 2L. Why? Because both side of this wire you are having the soap film. The soap film is on both sides. Okay, so that is why the force required is proportional to twice the length. So here we are putting a constant, that is T. So F is equal to T into 2L, that is tension into twice the length. So where T is a constant called surface tension of the liquid. Now suppose the wire is moved downward. Now suppose we bring the wire a bit downward, del x. Then the work done will be F into del x, or T into 12 into del x, because F is T into 12. So now 12 into del x is what? Length into breadth. That is what? The increase in area. So 12 into del x is increase in area. So T is equal to W by del A. Okay. So T is equal to what? W by del A. That is what? Increase in area. So if del A equal to 1, suppose if increase in area is what? 1, then T equal to W. So we can say that surface tension is actually the work done in increasing the surface area by unit at a constant temperature. Okay, because surface tension changes with temperature. So the amount of work done in increasing the area by unity is equal to the surface tension. Now we are going to see what is capillarity. Capillarity is actually the rise. See, let us try to understand what actually is capillarity. See, this is any liquid vessel kept in a trough, and this is a fine bore. Okay, a clean capillary tube partly dipped in the liquid. Okay, so when we dip the liquid capillary tube here, then what we observe? We observe that due to capillary action, some liquid will rise up. Okay, now why the liquid will rise up? Because of the sea. Let us try to understand what is the mechanism of the capillarity, that is rise of liquid in the capillary. So, suppose here this is the direction of surface tension. Surface tension acts along this is the meniscus of the liquid, and surface tension acts along the tangent. So this is the direction of what? The surface tension. This has been resolved into two vectors, T sin theta and T cos theta. Now T sin theta of A will balance the T sin theta at B, because here also same thing. This is the surface tension. We are imagining two diametrically opposite points. So in these 2 points, T sin theta and T sin theta balance each other, and T cos theta. So here, if you take any point here, that T sin theta will balance by this T sin theta will balance by this. So everywhere the T sin theta will be balanced, but T cos theta, the component of T, the vertical component of T is same in or everywhere, is in the same direction everywhere. So this vertical component will pull the liquid up. Okay, this vertical component of T will put the liquid up by a force 2 pi RT cos theta. By a force 2 pi RT cos theta. Okay. So what is capillary? Capillary is actually the total force. So this liquid here is pulled upward by a force 2 pi RT cos theta. Okay. So where we are getting 2 pi R, see this force is applying on everywhere. So we 2 pi R into T cos theta, that is 2 pi RT cos theta. Okay. This 2 pi RT cos theta is pulling the liquid upward. Okay. So F is equal to 2 pi RT cos theta. Okay. Now we are going to see the formula of ascent, means how the formula of the H, how much H it is there. Now see, how much, what is the volume? Suppose let us consider this. How much is the volume? So let us try to break this into two components. This is one complete cylinder and this is one cylinder minus a hemisphere. This is one cylinder minus one hemisphere. So this one cylinder plus one cylinder minus hemisphere, this is what? The total volume of the liquid. Okay. So 2 pi RH. So what is the total volume of liquid? 2 pi R square H plus pi R square R minus 2/3 pi R cube. The volume of this cylinder is what? Pi R square H. Volume of this cylinder is what? Volume of this cylinder is pi R square R and volume of this hemisphere is 2/3 pi R cube. So from all this we are getting that net volume of the liquid is what? Pi R square H plus pi R square R minus 2/3 pi R cube. So this will give us, if you take pi R square common, so H plus R by 3. So this is the total volume of the liquid raised upward. Now weight of this liquid is what we know. So volume into density is what? Mass into G is the weight. The volume into density into G, this is what? The weight. So now the question is, why is the liquid rising upward? Why is the liquid going upward? Because of the upward force 2 pi RT cos theta. So we are equating it. 2 pi RT cos theta is equal to the weight of the liquid raised. From here we are getting the formula of T. Now if so 2 pi, so from here you can get the formula of T. Okay. Now suppose this R by 3, this R, we know this is a capillary tube. The radius of the capillary tube is very small and R by 3 is also very, very small. So we are neglecting this R by 3. So if we remove the R by 3, we are get what? 2, and since for air, water, for clean water and clean glass, theta is almost equal to 0 degree and cos 0 is what? 1. So T will become, roughly we can get this, neglecting the smaller quantities. Okay, theta and R by 3, we are getting the formula T equal to R H rho G by 2 cos theta. Okay, and if we remove the cos theta, we are getting R rho by 2. From this we can calculate the value of H. Okay, from this we can calculate the value of H. Now there is some case that if suppose the height of the capillary tube, so from this formula we can calculate the value of H. H will be what? 2T by R rho G. Okay, so from this we can get what? That H is equal to 2T by R rho G. Now suppose whatever H we are getting from this formula, and if suppose the height of this capillary tube is less than that, then what will happen? You will say, sir, water will come out. No, water will not come out like a fountain. Okay, water will not come out of like a fountain. Then what will happen? Let's see. Actually, H rho G equal to T by R from that formula only. So H into R is 2T by rho G, that is a constant. So HR is a constant, and from here we see if H is decreased, then R will increase, and if H will increase, R will decrease. So it is never that water will never come out, liquid cannot emerge in the form of a fountain. What will happen? The radius of curvature of the liquid will increase, but the liquid will not come out. Okay. Some practical application of capillarity, please read it from here. Water given to the field raises innumerable capillaries. Okay, kerosene oil lantern or the stove that was used once upon a time, they had some wick, the wick through which the has capillary channels through which the liquid rises. Okay. Pressure difference between the two sides of the liquid surface. See, let us try to do this derivation. Excess pressure inside a liquid drop. So excess pressure, the formula is what? No need of derivation, just to write. In case of liquid drop, the formula of excess pressure is what? 2T by R. And same thing for an air bubble also, the formula is 2T by R. Now as the soap has twice surface area, so in that case the liquid's the formula is 2 into 2T by R, that is 4T by R. Okay. Now how we are from where we are getting? So let me explain you. See, the work done in increasing the radius, suppose the work done in changing the radius W, this is what? The original radius was R, and now due to increase in pressure the radius has become R plus del R. So what is the formula for increase in area? 4 pi R square, R plus del R square, means this is the original plus this. So if you subtract it, you will get what? Increase in area. Okay. So from here we are getting that the P equal to 2T by R. Okay. So because increasing area is what? The work done is what? So from here they are getting the formula for work done, and we are getting this value for 2T by R. Okay. So please go through this. We have completed this chapter, and go to the numericals, and we'll do the numericals in later. Okay students, have a nice day.